I want it to be something that's flowing very easy. So I do a lot of stretching and, used to be a soccer player, so.
Well, Ronnie, you're the heaviest Mr. Olympia. How much did you weigh at your heaviest when you won?
At my heaviest, I was 296, but I was still, like I said, I was still flexible. I still did a lot of stretching and stuff. As far as the running part goes, no, 300 pounds on concrete is really not that good for your knees.
Ronnie is the only Mr. Olympia ever to do the splits on stage. Are we going to be able to see you perform the splits?
No. That was a long time ago.
Any other questions over here?
Yeah, they have questions for both of you. What's the secret to getting bigger calves? Because I really struggle with that.
Well, for me, that was another thing that I kind of struggled with on the way when I was coming up. So I was just doing them basically like maybe once a week, something like that. Once I added like 2 or 3 more days in there, did a couple more exercises, did a lot more reps. I was only doing like 10 to 12 reps. I added maybe 25, 30 reps, like 3 exercises, probably like 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week, and worked out pretty good for me. I used to have 10s, so coming up to 20s was a big jump for me.
For me, it's basically genetics from playing soccer. I think the 2 body part that I've never really trained is calves and abs.
Thank you, cheers.
Shawn, you seem like a pretty intelligent guy. You said you want to be the best, you want to learn from the best. But it would make sense that Ronnie got his advice from Flex Wheeler, who was beating him for many years. And you've been compared to Flex Wheeler since you hit the North American stage. Do you go outside of Ronnie Coleman and Chris Aceto and talk to the other guys to kind of find out what they're doing that might help in your economy of getting ready?
I've picked Flex Wheeler brains a couple of times, and so Kevin also. Kevin lived 20, 30 minutes away from me, so, but to be able to work alongside Ronnie, you looked at the accomplishment from all the other guys, and Ronnie winning 8 Mr. Olympia, you kind of say, hey, this is an opportunity to learn from the best in order to be the best. But I've picked a lot of the, guys that set the path before me, brains, just to see, what it took for them to get where they at, how they improve on, certain aspect of the sport, whether it's physique or, I've talked to you a couple of times about other stuff outside of, bodybuilding, as far as making a better future for myself. So, yeah, I picked a lot of guys' brain just to make sure I'm on the right path.
How many Olympias were you in? You won 8 of them. Do you know how many you competed in total?
1992
was your first one.
2 was the first one. I competed every Miss Olympia till 2007. I missed 1.
So, and when was the last one you actually watched?
2007, when I was up there on stage.
That's interesting. He made a living in the Mr. Olympia for all those years. In the last Olympia he watched, he was in. Does that guy strike you guys as kind of odd? So what is it about not watching the sport that gave you so much? Is there something preventing you from sitting there and watching and enjoying it?
Well, I'm kind of like waiting on another guy with my size, my determination to get up on stage. No, I'm waiting on somebody bigger than me to get up on stage.
So you're not going to watch Shawn this year, I assume?
I might sneak in there and catch a peek.
What are we looking for?
Is this
a guy that can beat Kai and Phil? I mean, we've seen
him. Oh yeah. I think it's possible. Yeah. I would never say it's impossible. Never. Because if you look at him, you look at Phil, that's pretty much on the same playing field. Some body parts are different here and there, but pretty much on the same playing field.
The last time I heard Ronnie use the word impossible was when he was talking about Jay Cutler beating him. And we know that that actually happened by some fluke of nature, but to this day, you don't acknowledge that defeat.
Oh, no, never.
So what happened?
It comes a time in everybody's life that there has to be a change in the sport. So people got tired of seeing me up on stage winning each and every single year, so it was a good thing for Jay to come in and get a title after he had been trying for all those years. So I'm kind of happy for him, but I still don't think he beat me.
It's a little bittersweet. Shawn, with that being said, man, you racked off about 5 or 6 pro victories last year. You got the 2nd annual Arnold Classic in Madrid. What was it like standing up there, getting that $40,000 check and that vase up there with Arnold Schwarzenegger in Madrid?
Well, I remember you screaming, pick up the check, because it was on the floor. But it was surreal, you know. You think about the accomplishment from coming from the Olympia, you know, just winning Arnold Madrid, standing next to the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 101 question, nothing. Do a complete blank. And it was just a very overwhelming feeling, you know, to just be associated with Arnold, you know, Arnold Classic Madrid. But it was surreal, you know. I'm still somewhat in that moment because I remember what that victory felt like, you know. I remember Flex was saying to me after prejudging, you are the top guy here right now, nobody should beat you. And that stuck to my mind the entire time I was on the stage because he was like, Phil is not here, Kai's not here, don't let anybody beat you. But it was a very overwhelming feeling, and the best is yet to come.
Well, that night, you beat Dennis Wolf, and your last pro victory was in Manchester, England. And only a week or so later, you went to Czech Republic, and Dennis Wolf beat you. So your last contest, you were beaten by Dennis Wolf, who's only been like 6th in the Mr. Olympia contest. Are you even looking back, or are you just constantly looking ahead at what's coming? Because Dennis will be there at the Mr. Olympia, and the last time you were on stage, you lost to him.
I told Chris this after that show that I needed to lose that show. I wasn't upset. It gave me another motivation for this year. And there's only 2 things that's motivating me. My good friend Phil made a comment on Twitter. And
What did he say?
Shawn is not a threat.
Shawn is not a threat. If he had said it's impossible to lose to Shawn, like
He said that too. So I had those tattooed on the inside of my eyelid, and you know, the fact that I was beaten by Dennis Wolf, I told myself that's never going to happen again.
So Ronnie, how important is it losing to motivate yourself to become a winner?
Well, I lost in 2002 to Gunther, and the whole next year, when I went to the gym, what was in the back of my mind is, if you want to go to war, I'll take you to war. So in 2003, when I came to Mr. Olympia stage, I was a different person.
Now mind you, Ronnie had won, he was first ever Mr. Olympia to win the Arnold Classic and win the Mr. Olympia in the same calendar year. That was in 2001. And then in 2002, he won the Mr. Olympia and went to Louisiana and got beat by Gunther Schlurkamp, who was 5th in the Olympia, and he beat you. So you were, at that time, like the only Mr. Olympia to like lose in a contest. I mean, and Gunther, it was Gunther Mania at that time. You made Gunther a household name by losing to him. And then after that, Gunther never had another shot in hell. So losing was good medicine for you. Is it fair to say you were the winningest bodybuilder of your time when you retired, as far as competitions? But did you lose more shows than you won in your career, do you think?
Well, I won 26, and I got the record for that.
Vince Taylor wants to argue with you, but go ahead.
I think Vince got 22. Did I lose 26? Did I lose 26? No, I didn't lose that many. But I lost quite a few.
But you got paid for 26.
Yeah, I got paid for 26, so it turned out pretty good for me. I have no complaints about anything.
I have a question for Shawn. How do you choose the music for your posing routines? Because I've seen quite a few videos of people posing, but never to Whitney.
I watched a lot of videos of Shawn Ray back in the days. It was always silky smooth. No, it's just, I think it's more of a personality thing. You know, you spend so much time in the gym, you know, perfecting your physique, and you walk out on stage looking like a robot. You know, you want to showcase, it's like an artist painting the canvas. You know, you want to take your time, You want to paint a picture while you're on stage posing, so people could actually feel what you're doing.
Thank you.
This is for Ronnie. Ronnie, I heard, I don't know whether this is true, so please tell me if it's not, that you had a problem with your posing routine for Mr. Olympia. Is that true?
Well, for every Mr. Olympia that I did, I used a choreographer, except for my very first one. My very first Mr. Olympia that I did, I wasn't really good at posing, so I put in a tape of Shawn Ray and watched one of his posing routines. And I pretty much did every pose that he did. I think it was a Mr. Olympia, and I won that show. So Shawn hit me all out right there.
Where's the check? Where's the check at? The posing seems to be a lost art. Now we see a lot of guys just put the music on and walk back and forth and beg for applause.
Yeah.
Are you conscious of that, Shawn? Because the Arnold Classic is the only show that gives a $10,000 award to the best poser, but not the Olympia.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things that I couldn't understand. That, as I said, you work so hard, to perfect your physique, and then most guys make it seem as if that part doesn't count. So I spent a lot of time, thinking about what exactly am I trying to do out on the stage. Just you want to paint a pretty picture, because at least I think you leave a lasting memory, for a lot of people. Even if they don't remember your name, it's always, you're that guy that did that thing on stage.
Hi, this is Ronnie. On YouTube, we've seen you get massages quite a lot. How do you find massage benefited you?
You said that I max out when I work out?
No, on YouTube, the videos of you getting massage.
Oh yeah. What happened was my first time that I was getting ready for Arnold Classic, I ended up herniating a disc, and I was in a lot of pain, a whole lot of pain for like 2 weeks, and I was going to chiropractor at the time, from time to time, and when a chiropractor suggested I try massage, and I did, and it worked miracles for me. So from that point on, I was just hooked on getting massages. Sometimes I would get massage twice a week. Actually, I did get massage twice a week when I was getting ready for Mr. Olympia.
It's interesting you brought up YouTube, because back in the day, with me and Ronnie, they didn't have YouTube.
Nope.
But in '99, Ronnie, arguably one of your best Mr. Olympia competitions, that was, a lot of people thought that was one of my better routines. Got 5 million views on that thing, and a lot of bodybuilders coming up are now using YouTube as a tool to choreograph their routines from the older generation.
Yeah, for free, because back in our day, we had to buy the videotape and watch, copy the routines from that.
Hi, Ron. This is more about your power rather than your bodybuilding. I like a good big lift, and I'm just wondering, at what age was you at your strongest, say for your deadlift? When did you pull the 800? What age were you?
That was 2001, 2003, I think I did the squat for 800 and 2,300 pound leg press, 2,200, I can't remember. Use the calculator, try to add that up. So I guess it was somewhere around that time. And at the time I was about 39 years of age, so I think the older you are, the stronger you are.
Every time
certain periods in time.
Every time I go for a big one, I always go for the, we gonna do this!
Yep.
Oh, you're a Scotsman with that accent. You over here? It's interesting, Ronnie, you got a major and a degree, 2 degrees in accounting, correct?
I have BS in accounting, and I graduated with honors, so I was pretty fortunate, pretty lucky, but I paid for it dearly. I would study sometimes all night, no sleep, and it worked out pretty good because I got me a good job at the police department. All right.